parade is underway here at the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championship.
I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy, let's get you up to speed.
Lunch time. Your workspace is ready.
Looks like you got a corner office.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
Looking for a quick fix of motorsports news? The Speed Sport Daily is what you need. It's a free racing newsletter delivered directly to your email every day. We'll cover the winners and the losers and tell you who's making news off the track. It's NASCAR, NHRA, World of Outlaw, IndyCar, and so much more. Go to speedsport.com today and get signed up for America's free racing newsletter and get your daily motorsports fix. The Speed Sport Daily.
You're watching Speed Sport 1, your home for great off-road racing from America and around the globe. Woo-hoo-hoo! From Ultra 4 to rallies, these guys are fighting for the lead.
Seems very aggressive.
Short course to desert race.
Great move there. He is so fast.
Whether on 2 wheels or 4, Speed Sport 1 has the off-road action you crave.
Look at that move. It jumps to the inside.
Speed Sport 1, the Motorsports Network. Speed Sport live from the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championships, all brought to you by Toyota. Labor Day weekend means Crandon, Wisconsin, the big house, the biggest short course off-road race in the world. And Friday of Labor Day weekend means Parade Day, and that's what we're doing here right now. Ralph Sheen, Ken Stout with you live here on Speed Sport 1. All the coverage all weekend live from here, including the Red Bull World Championship Cup race coming up on Sunday. But one of the cool things going on this weekend is the Ultra 4, the 4,400, 4,600 guys. Man, those guys are wild, crazy racing.
Yeah, and the Rock Garden here, I don't have a chance to go to all those events, but the Rock Garden here is unbelievably big. And the fact that they can go over those things at what looks like the better part of 40 miles an hour is unbelievable. They just smoke those rocks, launch those things up in the air, and dance over the top. It's incredible.
Maybe arguably the most versatile racing machine on the planet. Fast across the deserts, up through the massive boulders, and you get to see it all here at Crandon. And the guys who know it better than anybody are with us and part of our broadcast crew, Jim Marsden and Miles Hasselquist.
Welcome back. This has been so much fun. Ultra 4, we just covered the EMC and the 4900, but we are about to talk about the pinnacle of our sport, the 4400. What's that mean to you, Jim?
Well, the 4400s, they are the big guns. These are the big dogs. These are the cars with the monster engines, unlimited horsepower, unlimited suspension, and unlimited tire size. These really are the monsters of the track.
These are the biggest and baddest names in our sport. Up to 1,200 horsepower, 40-inch tires. These cars can do a little bit of everything. They can go through the rocks at King of the Hammers. They can go through the woods of Pennsylvania, and then they can come to the big house and race short course with some rocks. It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely, but let's talk about that, because that changes shape a little bit here. And we are actually seeing some specifically built short course cars racing here this weekend.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah, Lauren Healy bought a brand new car with very minimal test time on it, but he went out and practiced, and that car was absolutely dialed in, and he won this race last year. But who's on the pole this year? Mr. Paul Wolf.
Now, Paul Wolf, last year we saw him and Lauren having the most fantastic battle out there on the rocks, but Paul was having issues. A silly little dumb switch was kept cutting him out on his oil pressure, which cost him the race. Now, he said he's got all those bugs ironed out, so this year I'm expecting big things from Paul Wolf. But let's also talk about Mr. Paul Herschel,
who built a lot of these cars out. These Herschel cars are absolutely amazing. That's what won this race last year, and Brett Harrell has the winning car last year, and he's racing with us this week as well. There's a lot of big guns, and don't forget, 3-time king, Shannon Campbell.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's another story out there as well. Let's talk about IFS versus solid axle. So IFS, these are cars with independent front suspension. But the solid axle cars, these are usually the cars that do the best in the rocks, the rock donkeys. But up in 4th position, we're at Casey Gilbert. Then back in 6th position, it is Tad Dowker. And then in 10th is Phil McGinson.
We got a lot of those out there. It's going to be a lot of fun to see. So much racing action is going to come. And talking about And talking about our winner last year is Mr. Lauren Healy. And Pam, what do you got for Mr. Lauren Healy?
All right, I am down here at the parade with Lauren Healy. Lauren Healy, you have won this race 5 times in a row. You're out here. You went out there and qualified yesterday. Not probably on the spot you wanted, but let's talk about the parade.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the many epic things of Crandon. I absolutely love coming to this race. There's 80,000 spectators here. The town, the community, everybody just gets so excited about it, and that's what, makes us racers passionate about it. When the crowd's there cheering you on, you get all these fans out here to come check out the parade. I love it.
Well, and like I just said, you've won here 5 times. You're going for number 6. What is your strategy out there this weekend?
Yeah, as you mentioned, qualifying didn't go that great. I usually will go out and try to put down a safety lap, make sure I get a time down. I did that both in the 4,600 and the 4,400. And then the next lap, when I started to try to go for a little bit more aggressive time, I made a little bit of contact with Brett Harrell trying to pass him, ripped a whole tire off. It was sketchy. I almost wrecked my truck, but I'm grateful the truck didn't get hurt. Still ended up, 6th qualifying, so that's fine. I'll be good. Same with the 4,600. Now it's time to learn a little bit of patience from that mistake in qualifying. Let the race develop, but it's a struggle. You got to go when you got to go.
Well, good luck out there this weekend. Enjoy the parade. Lots of fans are going to be walking by and saying hi to you, so good luck out there.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Enjoy Crandon, and we'll see you out there on the racetrack.
Of our Speed Sport 1 staff is you have to be a little bit nuts in a lot of ways, right? Ken and I have proven our nuttiness multiple times over the years. Our dear friend Erica Allreed, who's a part of our crew, well, she's getting a little bit indoctrinated this weekend into what being a part of Speed Sport 1 is all about. Erica, from what I understand, you're going racing this weekend and not in one of the big Ultra 4 machines. You're going in Class 11.
Thanks, guys. Joining me is Class 11 driver Josh Felix. Josh, tonight we're going to switch things up. Instead of me reporting your guys' race from the pits, we're actually going to have me on board in your bug, and we're going to give all of the fans a little different perspective and a little bit of a ride along. So what are you most looking forward to tonight? Because I know I'm definitely looking forward to that in-race report.
Scaring you in the death trap. No, it's going to be great. Everybody's excited. Car's ready. We got a little practice in last night. Very muddy. Hopefully the course will be a little better, a little cleaner, I guess you'd say. Car's feeling racy. All the boys are ready to go battle out there and duke it out, see how we end up tonight.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the battles right here from the cockpit. That's definitely going to be an interesting race. And Josh, it's your first time at Crandon. What did you think of the course last night? I know, although a little bit muddy, it was very impressive.
I really enjoy it. It's a fast course. You got to be smart. It's going to be balls to the wall. Can I say that?
And so, like you said, first time out last night. Is there anything that you're hoping to change? Any new strategies that we can expect, or I can expect, I guess, from the passenger seat?
We're just going to try to run clean. We want to run a clean race. We don't want to destroy the car. You got to be smart. Get through the cars as fast as possible. Get up front, and try to stay out of the mud. Stay out of other people's mud. Yeah.
And how did you fare in your last race? Because although, you don't really expect it out of this VW class, it gets really dicey and competitive.
We got a third place against all the big boys last race about a month ago, so we know we can do it. We just got to get out there and do it,
Well, thank you so much. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. This race should be something spectacular to witness, so make sure you guys all stay tuned in tonight on Speed Sport 1.
I've had a chance to drive a sprint car, an Indy car, and a Cup car. I'm pretty jealous of Erica right now, getting to go for a ride in that pretty stock bug.
Quick words of wisdom for her. Cross your arms and hang onto the shoulder straps.
Yes. Pull those belts tight one more time, right? Well, we're proud of you, Erica. Have a lot of fun. Can't wait to watch. So much more coming your way from the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championships here on Parade Day of Labor Day weekend. Stay with us on Speed Sport 1.
It's orientation day. Welcome to the team.
Who wants to race?
I like this team.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
Speed Sport has been America's motorsports authority since 1934. Get news, results, and commentary from the most connected experts in the business, covering all forms of motorsports from flat track to NASCAR and everything in between. Bookmark speedsport.com on your mobile device now, or follow Speed Sport on social, and be sure to subscribe to the Speed Sport Daily. Speed Sport is your one-stop shop for all things racing on 2 wheels and 4. You're watching Speed Sport 1, your home for great American grassroots racing. It's time to rumble! Whether you're into sprint cars or stock cars, at the line! Modifieds or midgets, down to the low side, retake the lead! Third lane models or demolition derby. Oh! Speed Sport 1 has the grassroots action you love. Are you kidding me? Speed Sport 1, the Motorsports Network.
Speed Sport live from the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championships, all presented by Toyota. Back with you here live on Friday. The parade getting ready to get underway here through the heart of downtown Crandon. You're seeing it all live here in our big coverage of the whole weekend on Speed Sport 1. Ralph Shaheen back with you once again, and joining me, a couple of the members of the famed Mears gang. Legendary Roger Mears and his kid over here, Casey. Great friends. Great to have you guys here. Now,
Thank you.
Roger, you, 30-some-odd IndyCar starts, and you've raced all sorts of stuff, sprint cars and everything else. Desert, off-road, that's always been a big part of your life. Casey, IndyCars, stock cars, but you're a true desert rat.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up following Dad around for years and, just playing around in the desert. But it's always been a big place in my heart, and getting to do the Baja 1000 in recent years and getting back into the desert and getting back to where our roots were from has been a lot of fun. And to be here in Crandon and getting to do this opportunity is just huge. So off-road's always been a big passion of mine. I've just got separated from it for a while, and now I'm getting to come back and have some fun.
Yeah, well, you were telling me the other day you came here as a teenager and raced in
a superlight class.
Superlight back then. But, Roger, you've never been here before.
Never been here. First time. Really impressive.
It's something, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
And, you guys have been to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Daytona. You've seen the biggest events in the world. How does Crandon stack up to what you've experienced?
I'm just really impressed with how many people are here. This is a Friday. It's not even the weekend yet. And it's already looking like crowds as big as we've ever seen anywhere else.
Yeah. Now, you're going to run Pro 2 this weekend. So, as we've said, you've started some of the biggest races in the world. How are the nerves coming into Crandon?
I definitely have some, for sure. I got limited laps here. I kind of jumped in and did this deal last minute. I'm feeling pretty comfortable, though. I got about 3 laps in the morning, got another 3 laps in the afternoon. And but going into that first corner, all 22 trucks, that's going to be a brand new experience for me. So I'm definitely going over some scenarios in my mind and thinking about the best way to get through it.
Now, I've watched you watching your boy out there, and you're giving him some tips. Are you starting to get the itch? Maybe, you need to get out there and take a lap?
No, I'm done. No, he's already learned. He's learned more than I could have ever taught him. He's way past what I was doing, so he can get it handled.
Now, we were talking about how, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and some of these other venues really solidified the Mears name, but it was off-road racing that brought the family to prominence. How did that really come about in the nickname the Mears Gang?
How does it what? I'm sorry?
How did the off-road racing help bring the Mears family to prominence and the Mears Gang title?
I think, it's just the passion of, building cars and and just having a love for the desert. I mean, the desert I just fell in love with. Because you had this constant change in front of you all the time. You know, compared to all the circle racing and all the other type of racing we've done, you learn the course and so many laps, blah, blah, blah. For the Baja 1000, you never see the same thing twice. So you got all these different rocks and dishes and you know, rain, and I mean, I've even run in snow. You know what I mean? So it's just this constant change for 13, 12 hours or whatever of running without any sleep or anything to eat.
I think, you know, all the stuff they used to do back in the day when him and Rick were running together at Ascot and that kind of thing too. And that's really where the Mears Gang thing started, you know, coming from. We got nicknamed there, and then you hung on to it. Actually, Dad designed the logo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So just trying to keep that alive, and it's really cool to come here in Crandon, and here we are probably 25 years removed from the last time we were really heavily involved in off-road, and I can't believe how many people have come up to us and gone, man, where'd you get that Mears Gang shirt at? We haven't seen that in years.
Yeah,
so
they're cool.
It's been a lot of fun.
And you have also seen short course really evolve, because you were a big part of the old Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Series, and that's basically been the beginning of what is now known as short course racing.
Yeah, I love the Mickey Thompson Stadium. That whole idea of bringing the desert type racing kind of into an area where you actually have a gate and a lot of people, and it's entertainment. It just put a real entertainment touch to it.
Yeah.
You know.
And Casey, you've seen the business side of motorsports and how big it can be with IndyCar and NASCAR. And then you look behind us here. Yes, we have thousands of fans here, but you look at the logos, Polaris and all the major brands that are involved in off-road racing today and where this sport is headed. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you know, off-road racing's been around forever, like we talked about, but it's really, really starting to ramp up and go to the next level. And it's really, this is amazing to see this big level event at the off-road level. And man, I think that, you know, as this thing continues to grow, you know, seeing more manufacturer support getting involved would be amazing again, like it used to be in the old days. It's definitely a good platform for them, and I'd love to see that happen.
The Mears Gang in Crandon, a perfect marriage. Great to have you guys back here at Crandon.
Yeah.
We're going to come right back with a lot more racing action and coverage from everything here at Crandon, including more here today, including the Forest County Potawatomi Friday Night Thunder coming up live on Speed Sport 1, 5 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. Just lock it in on Speed Sport 1 and go with us all weekend long. We'll be right back.
I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy, let's get you up to speed.
Lunch time. Your workspace is ready.
Looks like you got a corner office.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
Looking for a quick fix of motorsports news? The Speed Sport Daily is what you need. It's a free racing newsletter delivered directly to your email every day. We'll cover the winners and the losers and tell you who's making news off the track. It's NASCAR, NHRA, World of Outlaw, IndyCar, and so much more. Go to speedsport.com today and get signed up for America's free racing newsletter and get your daily motorsports fix. The Speed Sport Daily.
The Speed Sport Insider is your insider hot pass to exclusive motorsports coverage that you won't find anywhere else. Each week, you'll have insider access to features, columns, and photographs from award-winning professionals covering NASCAR, IndyCar, dirt track racing, off-road, and more. It's your insider ticket to behind-the-scenes coverage, insight, and analysis. Become an insider for $5 a month or get a free trial and cancel at any time. Go to speedsport.com to become a Speed Sport Insider today.
Speed Sport live from the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championships. We're in downtown Crandon. All of our coverage brought to you by Toyota, Ralph Shaheen, Ken Stout, and Ken, another guest joining us. The stars are everywhere today.
Mr. Kyle Greaves has joined us here, sitting alongside, man. Thanks for taking the time, dude. Are you chilly out here? It's beautiful weather.
Yeah, you stand in the sun and you're cooking, and then you walk over into the shade and you're freezing. So it's Crandon, it's spring or fall, and it's a beautiful
perfect.
day out.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out here for sure. So everybody is familiar with your uncle. We know that. Johnny Greaves, of course, future Hall of Famer, and I think we're safe in saying that. Certainly your cousin CJ has made a mark for himself as well, and you're busy doing the same thing. Once again, of course, a reigning champion in Pro Light and chasing it again with a nice points lead here, just 2 rounds to go.
Yeah, we're just trying to follow in the footsteps of what they did, and, I think we're on the right track. We picked up a Pro 2 for next year, so we're definitely excited about that, but right now we're just focused on the Pro Light and just trying to take another championship for this year. It's, we did the Mid-America Outdoor Series, ended up first out there. I think after qualifying yesterday, we're about 18 points ahead. Messed up a little bit in qualifying, but, that's racing. Nobody's perfect. We got to take what we can get and go on from there.
If I could ask one quick question, we're showing the truck right now on camera, and we have a lot of people tuning in that maybe don't know everything that happens here at Crandon Pro 2, Pro 4. Can you explain a little bit about your truck and the category you race in?
Yeah, so we're in it's a Pro Light. It's like a Toyota Tacoma sized truck. It's a mid-sized truck compared to the Pro 2, Pro 4, 500 horsepower, 2-wheel drive. It's just a baby compared to a Pro 2. So they're real similar. It's a really good stepping stone to hop into a Pro 2. In Pro Spec, they say it's going to be a good one to hop into a Pro Light. So we have a lot of stepping stones in this sport, and, they just keep growing and getting better every year.
So they say one of the toughest trucks to drive. You guys don't, you said a smaller truck, so you just don't have that big suspension, that fallout that the Pro 2s and the Pro 4s have. So you get beat up a little bit. It's easy to get up on the bike. You got to learn how to drive one on 2 wheels.
Yeah, they're narrow and they're nimble. We got to run them so stiff so we can hit these jumps wide open and hope that we can stay in it afterwards. But, we come into a corner, and if you're not on the throttle, you're going up and over. So it's a really hard class to be really fast in and smooth. So we have a really compliant truck, and we're ready to keep going.
We wish you the best, man. Thanks for coming over here. I know you're really in the hunt to double this thing up and then take off for the big boy classes as well. So best of luck here for the remainder of this year.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Kyle Greaves, ladies and gentlemen. Watch him in action tomorrow.
And one day down the road, very soon, Ken, we hope to see him competing for the Red Bull World Cup. It's all part of the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championship, arguably the most prestigious trophy you can win in all of short course off-road racing. We're going to have it for you live on Sunday here on Speed Sport 1. It's going to be great. Let's go to Cameron Steve and Dave Arnold for more on what's coming up here this weekend at Crandon.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is time for some fun. I'll tell you what, I'm still rocking my Taylor Swift beads, and I'm feeling the energy here in Crandon. Cameron Steele along with Dave Arnold. Now, Dave, the fun that we've had over the years here is really unsurmountable. It seems like you can never beat it the next year. This year with the Cup race, the energy is at fever pitch.
Oh, it's huge. There's so many drivers who come back to the sport here. A lot of folks have come out. I saw a few drivers I haven't seen in a couple of years. Said, you know what, Crandon's so big this year, I've got to make it.
You always have to be here, and what's fun is it's a family atmosphere, right, where we have tons of people come out to see the races, but the racers want to come out and see the race. So, like Rob McCachran, the legend of off-road racing, is here to watch the race. He's not racing, even though he's won here in the past. It's a who's who of royalty in off-road, but the more important part is the families, the people, and when we start talking about this Cup race, right?
Yes.
There's no points on the line.
Nope.
It's all just bragging rights, Sunday only.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, too. I mean, we're going to run their pro races, and we've got the Pro Buggies, Pro Lights, we've got Pro 2, Pro 4. But the Pro 2 versus Pro 4, like you said, no points. It's all for bragging rights. There might be a little check involved that they're going for, and then nice getting their name on the Cup.
I mean, getting your name on the Cup, being able to extend that family lineage, right? It's something that all off-road racers want to do. I was fortunate enough to win the Baja 1000. Our family's name is stamped on that. Coming to Crandon is the biggest thing in off-road racing, and it's absolutely stunning when you see the names that are on the Cup and everybody that's came out here to make that happen.
Well, I mean, let's talk about, the Greaves. I mean, there's a legendary family for two, the Kincaids. Keegan and Jeff Kincaid. there's, like you said, the family legacies, and that's what this sport's a lot about, is about the families and seeing these legacies going on. So stoked to see a lot of the sons of drivers that we're going to be seeing compete for it too, like a young Maddox Bailey, racer Pro Lights. Brandon Bailey's dad raced for many years in the Pro 4 class. So cool.
Yeah, I was just talking to the Baileys and just the energy. You know, people are, you know, they come from Southern California, they come from Georgia. We were just talking to Mickey Thomas, right? They buy shops up here in Crandon because it is so important to what's happening in off-road racing in their family lineage. And I'm telling you, the gloves will be off on Sunday. The excitement will be high. Don't miss it. Don't mess around, because this in Crandon is where the action's at.
Yeah, definitely. And CJ Greaves will definitely have the target on his back.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Can't wait for all the fun, the banging doors. And what I like the most about it is you never know if you're going to get a light track, a heavy track, a groove track, a blue groove track. The temperatures are going to be up. I think that's going to throw a curveball at all the racers.
Absolutely agree on that. It's going to be interesting. Well, folks are going to have to make sure to turn into Speed Sport 1 to watch all the action. For Dave Arnold, Cameron Steele, we're going to throw it back to Ralph Shaheen and Ken Stout in the booth.
What a shot here, Ken. Main Street here in Crandon, Wisconsin. So much fun. All the fans getting down there to meet the drivers, pick up some stickers and some hero cards.
By the way, I saw the number 99 framed up perfectly between those two walking away. We want to throw our thoughts out to you, Kyle LeDuc. We know you're at home. We know you're watching. We wish you the best, brother. Keep scrapping, man. We love you, and we fully support you and your battle there. So stick with it, pal. We miss you up here. And by the way, his truck is here right behind it. Just beautiful Pro 4.
Absolutely. Well, also down in the crowd is Erica Allreed. How you doing today, Erica?
Thanks, guys. Joining me is a prominent name and face in our Pro 2 division, Mickey Thomas. Mickey, you have now won the Pro 2 World Championship 2 consecutive years now in a row. What does it take to win that caliber of a race as a driver?
Yeah, our team, we put in so much work to come to Crandon. This is the big house, the big race. Everybody wants to come out here and win. We put in so much time and effort to come out here and have a fast truck. So this race means a lot to us. We're back-to-back champions in the Pro 2 World Cup, so looking for that three-peat. Feeling really good. We qualified first yesterday, pulled a 6 invert, so we'll be starting 6 for the race tomorrow, and we'll just kind of see how things go for us this weekend, but feeling really, really good. Everybody on my team's been doing such a great job this year. We're in a really good spot in the points, and yeah, just looking for a great weekend. It's been so awesome out here with all the fans. Just good to see the record amount of people here, a record amount of racers. The sport is just blowing up, and it's so awesome to be out here at Crandon in front of everybody and putting these awesome races in.
Well, you and I were chatting, and you said despite already winning 2 world championships, you are hungry for that third, and you are going to lay it all out on the line on Sunday. So what do you think it will take to duplicate your efforts in years past?
Yeah, I think the field is bigger than it's ever been in my entire career. 25 trucks now, so everybody's so good, so fast. Everybody's professional. We got to come out here with a mindset to win and be aggressive and go out there and go for it and see where it leads us.
Well, we wish you the best of luck on Sunday. We know you're going to make that one a fight to the finish.
Thank you.
The stars are everywhere here at Crandon. The legends are as well, and we've got one joining us when we come back to Crandon. The legend himself, the Hall of Famer, Sal Fish, up next when we come back.
It's orientation day. Welcome to the team.
Who wants to race?
I like this team.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
The Speed Sport Insider is your insider hot pass to exclusive motorsports coverage that you won't find anywhere else. Each week, you'll have insider access to features, columns, and photographs from award-winning professionals covering NASCAR, IndyCar, dirt track racing, off-road, and more. It's your insider ticket to behind-the-scenes coverage, insight, and analysis. Become an insider for $5 a month or get a free trial and cancel at any time. Go to speedsport.com to become a Speed Sport Insider today.
Off-Road Week is live from Crandon this Labor Day weekend for the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championships.
How cool is that?
Coverage starts Friday and continues with Friday Night Thunder. Saturday, it's the Ultra 4 USA Project X Rage on the Rocks battle under the lights. Here we go for the lead. And Sunday, over 9 hours of live off-road action from the Crandon Red Bull World Cup.
This is the race that we want to win every year.
It's the biggest weekend in off-road racing. Visit speedsport1.com for more details. It is the 54th Crandon World Championships presented by Polaris, and Speed Sport is live from it here in downtown Crandon. Our coverage brought to you by our friends at Toyota. You know, when you think of off-road racing, there are two words that come to mind. If you want to talk short course, you talk about this place, Crandon, Wisconsin. You want to talk about racing in the desert, there's nothing more legendary than Baja. And the man that made Baja a reality for off-road racing, this gentleman right here, a member of the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame, the legend himself, Mr. Salfish. Sal, so great to see you back here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
You know, Baja is truly one of the most amazing places I've ever been for a race. How did you envision making Baja what it is today?
Well, that's first of all, I'd like to tell you, this is an incredible place. What a beautiful, beautiful part of our country. We've been here since yesterday. Myself and Peter Lang flew in. And Crandon, all the people here, the stores, everything is just beautiful. I mean, it really is refreshing to get out of California and be in America. It's really, really lovely. But to answer that question, you know, Baja was there, I think, and this is a line that Rod Hall, and I'm going to quote it from him. Rod Hall said, when God created the Baja Peninsula, he created it for off-road racing, and I believe that really. It was the greatest place in the world to do a desert race. And I raced back in the NORA races early on in the late 60s, and then Mickey got me away from Hot Rod Magazine and pirated me to come to work with him. And I fell in love with the Mexican people. I fell in love with the country, the adventure. And I put, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day into the passion of trying to make SCORE a legitimate and a global event, and the Baja and the racers and all the volunteers made it happen. I just happened to be the guy in front of the getting my picture taken and shaking hands and kissing babies, but it's been a fantastic experience for me. I never saw it as a job. I met some of the greatest people in the world. Gave me an opportunity. I was here 50 years ago. I raced in an event here with Gil George, and here I am 50 years later, thanks to Marty Fiocca and Susan, his wife, and the fine people from Cranston that invited me, Flannery family, to come back, and it's a real thrill for me to be here.
You bring that up, and I was going to go there. You said you raced here 50 years ago. We had a chance to spend a little bit of time at the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame ceremony last night, and you said last time I was here was 50 years ago, and I was racing here. How much has it changed since you were here? I mean, when you take a look at this place.
Well, to be honest with you, when I say racing, I wasn't a racer. I just got in a Raceville and went that way, and as I recall, we went through the woods, and I haven't been out on the racetrack yet.
It was a brush run.
Yeah, it was. It really was. And we went through the woods, and we were in a. It wasn't a Funko. It was a Baja Bug that they gave me to race. And I think I hit tree stumps and hit everything else. We finished the race, but if there were 20 vehicles, I was 21. It was. But I don't remember this at all. I really don't, because this is just overwhelming. Really, the Flannerys and Tina and Marty and the group, all the people that have made this happen, my God, it's spectacular. This is really great.
Sal, it takes people like yourself, Marty Fiocca, Cliff Flannery, Jason Robinette, men with vision who put in the time and the effort for the benefit of everybody else that's out here enjoying this now, that has come together and made off-road racing doable for racers, fans, and the industry. You see where the sport has gone now, whether it's in the desert or short course racing, it is exploding. What we're seeing with side-by-sides and all the family activities and involvement and the sponsorship that's coming in, like from Polaris and Toyota and so forth. Can you believe we're
off-road racing as a whole, as an industry, has gotten to?
Well, believe it or not, that was Mickey's dream. You know, when he hired me, he told me, he said, you know, this is going to be bigger than Indy and bigger than NASCAR. And that was not what I was thinking. You know, I saw this as an opportunity to me to do something that was going to be for me as far as creating this adventure. And I always call it adventure. And I think one of the biggest challenges I had dealing in a foreign country, you know, it was very difficult because I do not speak Spanish, you know, and I'm pointing and trying to figure out with the ranchers where I could go and where I can't go. And was to keep it for and I hate to use the term average or grassroots, but I really didn't want it to turn into a NASCAR or an Indy. I wanted people to be able to, with their family, and the next door neighbor that has a gas station could give $50 to the guy and race in a Baja event. And it was an adventure. That's what I wanted SCORE to be, and that was my goal. If I had any image, it was I wanted to keep it so it didn't turn into $1 million sport. Well, naturally, in order to survive, you need to get sponsors, and thank you for Toyota and BF Goodrich and Bilstein and Tecate Beer saw the value here and stayed with us. And then I came up with the idea of the trophy truck, which I thought was going to be strictly a manufactured thing, because who could ever put $200,000 and go out and crash it in the desert, you know? And I thought that we needed it because that's how we get sponsors, but I really thought the Bajas, the limited vehicles, were where the sport, the adventure, was going to go, and it had to go that way. And so I had to build a course of 1,000 miles or whatever that would be challenging for a 800 horsepower trophy truck or a $1,600 horsepower VW, which is not easy to do. But then the manufacturers, like they do, they got behind the trophy truck and they said, it's unlimited. We want to have helicopters. We want to do this. And, okay, it's your money. You want to do it. And then all of a sudden they realized they were spending as much money to go in the desert as they were to go to Indy. And so they pulled out, and I figured, well, that's the end of the trophy trucks. The next thing you know, we might have had 20. Next thing you know, the independent racers, like human beings are, something with a motor and wheels, they're going to be able to spend their own money and make it work. And it developed into, really a premier, incredible sport. I'm happy. That is very proud for me to accomplish that. But the thing that I'm really proud, the grassroots racers still could come to a SCORE event, afford to get in, and race next to, a Walker Evans or a Malcolm Smith or a Parnelli Jones or a celebrity or whatever, and we treated them the same. Once you put that helmet on, you're a number to me. I want to see at the start and at the finish safely. So I would love to take a lot of credit for these things, but it was just hard work,
Yeah. Well, thank you. It was one of the greatest adventures I've ever had, getting to go compete at Baja. Second Class 7 4x4 the day racing, guys. We're coming right back for more from here at Crandon. The legendary Saltfish joining us. More legends coming up here on Speed Sport 1.
Alongside me is three-time Cup winner Keegan Kincaid. Keegan, Crandon is such a special place for you and your team, as your shop is just 4 miles down the road, and you drive down this street on the daily. So can you try to put into words what this race means to you and your family?
Yeah, this is amazing. You know what I mean? I'm here when there's nobody here. Winter comes, this is full of snow, everything, and then it turns to this. It's just a testament to what Crandon has done and to growing up here. I haven't missed a full Crandon in 33 years, and so it's amazing. This is the race that I look forward to every single year, and I don't think it's just me. It just continues to grow, gets bigger. Lucas Oil came on board with me 3 years ago. That's been awesome. Helped my program out. We're looking for number 4 this year, and I think it can happen. So we're excited.
I think so too. And, talking about you and your family, you and your dad are both decorated drivers, and you joke that he has more championships, but you have more Cup wins. So, like you said, what's it going to take to notch another one under your belt this weekend?
Yeah, if you go into our office, it's all trophies, and most of them are my dad's. It's hard to meet that expectation, and he's been, my main key to success. And that's the only thing I think I have up on him is more cup wins. But he's been the legend, and I'm only hoping to notch a little bit more into him, and it's all credit to him, you know. And so hopefully we can add number 4 this weekend. We got really good chances in front of our hometown crowd, fans, friends. You know, our pit is filled all weekend long. We sell out all our merch, and so we're excited to get the weekend off.
Well, Keegan, we wish you the best of luck this weekend. We know it's going to be a brawl to the finish.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy, let's get you up to speed.
Lunch time.
Your workspace is ready.
Looks like you got a corner office.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
Looking for a quick fix of motorsports news? The Speed Sport Daily is what you need. It's a free racing newsletter delivered directly to your email every day. We'll cover the winners and the losers and tell you who's making news off the track. It's NASCAR, NHRA, World of Outlaw, IndyCar, and so much more. Go to speedsport.com today and get signed up for America's free racing newsletter and get your daily motorsports fix. The Speed Sport Daily.
You're watching Speed Sport 1, your home for great off-road racing from America and around the globe. Woo-hoo-hoo! From Ultra 4 to rallies.
These guys are fighting for the lead.
It seems very aggressive.
Short course to desert race.
Great move there. He is so fast.
Whether on 2 wheels or 4, Speed Sport 1 has the off-road action you crave.
Look at that move. It jumps to the inside.
Speed Sport 1, the Motorsports Network.
Speed Sport is live from, presented by Toyota at the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championships, downtown Crandon, Wisconsin. Parade day here on Labor Day weekend as we get ready to go racing. We love bringing new friends to Crandon, and our buddy Dave Arnold is with one.
Dave Arnold, Wade Odger here, standing here at the parade. Wade, look at all these people. Now, this is your first time. You've been all over the world. You've covered all kinds of stuff. Well, what do you think about Crandon? It's speechless.
It is a zoo in the nicest possible way. If you are a people watcher, you get to sit on a park bench, watch the whole world go by. I mean, you've got the best off-road vehicles on the planet. There's a small little tribute band playing tonight as well. You wanted the best, you got the best. So I figure I've got the best of everything here this weekend, Dave. But what I love about it, this could be the Daytona 500, could be the Indy 500, could be the Knoxville Nationals. The culture is the same. The passion, the love that these people have for the industry, the teams, the effort, the financial commitment, it's all a similar animal. I think if you said to someone from Crandon, you know, this is like the Indy 500, they'd say, Indy 500? Never heard of it.
Yes. Well, we're dirt people here for sure, and a lot of those guys are big fans of this sport, a lot of cross promotions, but you're going to watch it all live here as it unfolds on Speed Sport 1. Glad you got to join us here. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to go back to Ralph and Ken and wrap this one up.
David, has been a great week of off-road racing all week long here on Speed Sport 1, and today we've got even more coming up. Forest County, Potawatomi, Friday Night Thunder, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That's actually 5 p.m. Central Time, Ken. It's going to be a fun night here in Crandon.
It's on, man. The parade is almost over. It's time to go racing. Let's wick it up.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Then on Saturday, even more racing. We're going to have a lot of the Ultra 4 competition. And, of course, racing under the lights, the Rage on the Rocks. And then the big finale on Sunday here at Crandon International Raceway. The one everybody's looking for, the Red Bull World Cup for the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championship. And that horn means time to get off the main street, get back to the track. It's time to go racing, Ken.
That's exactly right. It's been a great time here, man. We're going to have even more fun all weekend long.
Hey, we're headed out to the racetrack. Stay with us right here on Speed Sport 1 all weekend long from all the coverage live from the 54th Polaris Crandon World Championships. Ralph Shaheen, Ken Stout, and a host of others with you all weekend long. It's going to be a fantastic Labor Day. Nowhere else I'd rather be, Ken, than right here in Crandon. We'll see you all from the racetrack a little later on here on Speed Sport 1.